are live. Welcome to Glamma's Closet, guys. I just realized I'm muted. You missed the whole cool intro. Good morning, everyone, and happy Super Bowl Sunday, and happy Sunday before Valentine's Day, and all of that stuff. I haven't really picked a team that I like, but I don't know. Here's the problem for me. Here's the problem for me. Kansas City's been to prom more times than Molly Ringwald, so I feel like maybe it's somebody else's turn, but I don't want that to be the 49ers because not a big 49ers fan. So I'm conflicted. For me, it's kind of the who gives a crap bowl. But we are going to talk today. We're going to go a little off script today. I still have my what solds because I think it's important for visibility and transparency. But for the most part, we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. We're going to be talking about magic mushrooms. We're going to be discussing football 101. Welcome to Glammaz Football 101 class. Trust me, after you have 3 kids play football, you have got to learn the rules. So we'll make it fun. And something that you can do during this, while everybody else around you is watching the Super Bowl, you can actually play bingo. There's a bingo. So that's kind of fun and exciting. And look at my... I don't think I'm very good at this. I've never had to black my own. I've done it on the kids, but I've never had to black my own. So let's get started in the chat and say hello to everybody. And first in chat, good morning, Jennifer Hayes. Good morning, gorgeous. Sorry, I'm blah, 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 blah. Good morning, gorgeous Jennifer Hayes. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, Johnny. Hello, my love. Hello. Bluetooth production, my heart, my sissy. Good morning, beautiful. And good morning, you artistic, creative woman. Hello. I hope the art boutique is doing well. Sorry, guys, my nose itches. Okay, it's one of those cliffhanger things. You ever get like the little cliffhanger thing where it's just like it's just letting you know it's there and you can't actually see it, and it drives you a batty. That's what I just dealt with. Sorry, that was indelicate, but nonetheless. Aisha Dancer, good morning, Kristen. Mwah, my show me homie. She's probably got her Chiefs stuff on. "43-year Chiefs fan here." And my mother is a huge Chiefs fan. My father was too. And I am from Missouri, so if I have to pick a team to root for, it's going to be the Chiefs. It's just they've just been there so many times, and maybe we could replace them with the Packers. Good morning. Oh my God, big girls really do cry. Yes. Good morning, Lane. It's beautiful to see you this morning. Thank you so much for chiming in. And we do have I did write up a diagram, and we will have American Football 101. Hopefully a more charming version of a very quick breakdown of what football. What our footy is more like our rugby. Yeah, of basically American rugby football. Woke up and noticed my last YouTube video was nowhere to be found. WB copyright claim. Oh, it's gone, and I deleted it from my phone because it's forever. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Liv. We were just talking about how YouTube can delete stuff without even telling you. Last night, Lindsay and Alvin had, if you don't know, it's a drink and diving, dumpster diving UK. And they had a link that they dropped in the chat. And so folks were coming in, and I said, hey, this happened to my friend Johnny, and this is why he checks out people in the back room before, because they had somebody who had, luckily it was camera facing down towards like some aquarium with bugs in it, but I believe it was a minor that tried to get on their show. And so yeah, I said my friend Johnny had his entire channel just wiped out in like literally seconds because some dude came in and tried to show his little mushroom. So Liv, yeah, at least it's not at least it's only one video, I guess, but I hope it's a good one. Good morning, Shamrock Pixie. Hey, good morning, girlfriend. Go Pat. Hey. How did your toad in the hole turn out? I haven't made it yet. It's probably going to be a little bit because I've got like some thread up boxes and oral surgery and just a bunch going on for the next couple of weeks. We've got a wedding and I've got an auction. So it's probably going to have to be a little bit after that, towards the end of February, that I make it. But I'm looking forward to it. I've been wanting to try Yorkshire pudding for a very long time. Yeah, YouTube can do that, and they wiped out his entire channel. And that man, I can't believe that kind of crushing, sort of awful thing to happen. It would do terrible things to your psyche. And he picked himself up after that awful weekend. He picked himself up, dusted off his boots, started another channel. Everybody went to that channel, and in fact now that channel is doing better than the original channel did. And for that, I am super, super grateful. I'm super grateful. I'd love you to do my banish bin in a few weeks if you're up for it, Glamz. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I just have to sort of pace myself when it comes to overscheduling myself. If I do that, it affects my mental health, and I cannot have that happen. Can't go back to that. So yeah, definitely going to do that. I sound like a broken record. So here is my question. For the first part, Valentine's Day is on Tuesday. Good morning, Nita J. It's good to see you. Mwah. Hello. Good morning, Nita. Welcome. Valentine's Day is Tuesday. Are you doing something romantic? Are you doing something with friends? Or are you doing something like just your everyday life? Let me know in the chat. Shannon, let's see. My daughter was watching that live that day. Johnny called us to help get it back. It was crazy. There was nothing he could do. It was gone. Yeah. That's why I was like, Lindsay, Alvin. I mean, I jumped into the back room so quickly. And I said, Lindsay, Alvin, I said, whatever you do, please check whoever is coming up in the back room, because I know someone who lost their entire channel. All that work that they put into it over the years, lost their entire channel. Happy early Singles Awareness Day. It's funny because I laugh because honestly, Glampa and I have nothing. If anything, we will at the last minute decide to maybe go out and eat some Mexican food. And then we'll just, pass gas on each other all night. I mean, it's nothing like we don't, we're not like, ooh, fill up a hot tub because Al Green's playing. None of that. We are way past that. We have, good morning, Jennifer Hayes. Hello. Good morning, gorgeous. It's good to see you. Yeah, so we're not... You are really not bad at applying fake eyebrows. Good morning, Chuck. Look at these earrings. I'm just having a little bit of coffee here is all. Nothing to see here. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing Packers stuff and they're not playing today, the reason is because of Galentine's, actually. I'm still single, but my milk has a date on the 14th. I like that. Every day is Valentine's Day with you and your husband, isn't it? It is, but Friday night was actually Galentine's Day. Last year, my friend, we've celebrated Galentine's Day usually with a get together at my house or something like that. Last year, my friend got married in Las Vegas. And that was so we considered that to be our big Galentine's celebration. And it was so much fun, so much fun. And we were talking about it a few months ago about Galentine's Day and remembering how much fun, I wish I could go back to Vegas. And we decided to get a room at a local casino, get a couple of rooms and just crash at this local casino and be in our pajamas all night like we were in Vegas. And I do too, Chuck. I hope the Packers win. Go Pack. So we decided to do it like we did in Vegas and just have, no responsibilities, no cooking, no cleaning, nobody asking for me to, I don't know, bring them a sandwich or wipe their butt or whatever. It's just kind of everybody had got a chance to release every single responsibility for 24 hours. And it was magical. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And here is why, speaking of Galentine's Day, good morning, Lindsay and Alvin. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, I hope the Packers win. In my heart, the Packers win every day. And this is where we come around to the Green Bay Packers. And here's why. So I go out for Galentine's Day Friday night. We are at a casino. Now I pulled out a specific amount of money, and that was my gambling money for the night. And once we're done, we just sat on back to the hotel room and, hang out with the other girls or crash or whatever. So I'm down to my last $20. And I'm walking along, and the NFL machine that I've been eyeballing all night, the NFL slot machine that I've been eyeballing, finally has a free chair. So I sit down and I put my $20 in, and the first thing they do is say, pick a team. Now, I do have a favorite team, so I picked this team. And an hour later, I cashed out of that machine at $240. So go Pack. I don't even care that you're not in the Super Bowl. My heart is with you always. But, always never, ever forget, my friends, that the Green Bay Packers is a quality choice. We'll message you the recipe for the toad in the hole in a bit. Glamz, looking forward to seeing you try it. Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Yeah, today is the Super Bowl. Today is the Super Bowl. And I have, let's see, the Super Bowl is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. And that is at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. So that's 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, 4:30 Mountain, and 3:30 Pacific. Or, Pacific. There is a halftime show, and that is going to be Usher. So take that and rewind it back. Usher got the beat that make your booty go like that. I don't know. Look, Heidi. So yeah, Usher's doing the halftime show, and I'm quite sure he'll have other special guests that come in. They usually do. We were going out last night for an early Valentine's dinner, but Last minute, I decided let's stay home and get pizza. We've been married for 44 years and every day is Valentine's Day. Yeah, yeah. And staying home and getting pizza, that is romantic. Usher is a very relevant choice. Yeah, Usher. Um, so when we the Super Bowl, the original Super Bowl was called I forget what it was called. It was like the final playoffs or something. It didn't have the same ring to it. But the first two Super Bowls, Super Bowl one, Super Bowl two, they were won by, I can't remember who. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if they were great or something. I don't know. And the magnificent, never to be repeated Vince Lombardi. He probably couldn't get away with what he got away with then. He tried to make two professional football players run laps for being sassy. It was hilarious. And they quickly put a stop to that. So before I jump into American Football 101, and yes, we do have a fine display that I worked on very, very hard for all of 10 minutes. Let's go to my sales on Poshmark and let's talk about sales. I do have Eugene Levy's eyebrows on my cheeks. And to be fair, David Levy's if he didn't shave. Okay, so we're going to start with last week we left off. The last thing that we sold was the Barbie Hallmark ornament new in box. So this week, look at that, my first sale of the week. Pink by NFL, new Green Bay Packers t-shirt. Packers fans it says Packers fans are the best kissers, and truer words were never spoken. That sold for $19. I earned $13.18. And that was a collaboration, Pink and the Green Bay Packers. I did sell the diesel medium wash vintage Y2K low-rise jeans for $25, and those brought $20. So the Y2K thing is finally catching up with everybody else, I think. This woven brown belt, I remember picking this up at the bins. Maybe I paid $0.25 for it. That sold for $14, and I earned $11.05. Excuse me, I apologize. Now this bundle was one of my favorite people, Teresa down in Orlando. Teresa, if you're watching, hello, good morning, and thank you so much for purchasing this bundle. She is a fantastic person and just an all-around, she's so adorable. She's such a good egg. Thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate your business. So we had a Taylor Swift sleeveless silk mini dress, Fabletics 3-item bundle, vintage longhorn steer and cactus belt buckle, new with tags, LuLaRoe Disney Irma top, and Lily Pulitzer tropical print V-neck, and the total on the bundle was $90, and that sold for I think it was $95, and it sold for $60, and I made $45.98. LL Bean bean boots, light sole. These came in a thread up shoebox, and those sold for $40, and I made $29.98, and I accepted an offer. I had them listed for $50. A new with tags Lucy Blue Lagoon High Impact Bra sold for $12, and that sold for $12, earning me $9.05. I had it listed for $16, took an offer. Most of these are offers just to get the algorithm boosted, and boy, did it. I have a Mark by Marc Jacobs red leather crossbody bag. I had 80 on it. I accepted 68. I thought that was a very, very fair offer, and my earnings were $54.40. Oh, okay. I had Madewell I had Madewell black leather ankle boots, and normally I would charge about 40 for these, but there was a flaw. There was a little chip missing off of the back of one of the heels, but I thought, they came in a thread up box and they are Madewell. I might as well throw them up there. And so I threw them up there for 20. I got 16. They sold for full price on that, which I was really happy to see. There was a new with tags, pink Victoria's Secret, hot pink and sparkly. It's like a bandeau top, I guess, and that was 10. And it sold for 10, and I got 705. That thing's been in my closet since last Valentine's Day, when I got a pink box, pink fun box from ThredUp. So I'm thank God it's sold because it's been in there forever. And I got this from a ThredUp box too, I think. I think I got this from a ThredUp box. New Inspiring Women Table Topic Cube, and that sold just now as I was speaking. And I had 12 on that, and it sold for the 12, and 703 is my jam on that. So now I'll probably have to start with the cube next week because I don't have it in my numbers. But I just wanted to show off. I'm like, look, I just sold something. Yay. Because we love to share good news with others. So in my weekly sales, I had one top, one jeans, one accessory. I consider a bundle sale as one sale. So I had one bundle, 2 pairs of shoes, 2 intimates, and 1 handbag. So overall that makes 9 sales. Now I also had, the bundle was actually 5 pieces instead of 1. So I added 4. So 13 were my actual number of items that were shipped out this week. And if you multiply 13 times 3, you get 36. So $36 is our cost of goods, since my average cost of goods runs about $3. My gross overall then for those 9 sales was $268. After Poshmark fees and shipping discounts, my net was $206.69. And then if we take away the cost of goods, which was $36, my true net for the week was $170.69, which is not a bad deal. I was very happy with that. And some of the things, like I said, you know how something will be sitting around your house for a while and you're like, oh God, is that thing ever going to sell, or do I just donate it or send it to ThredUp? I'm not sure. So I'm kind of glad that some of those things are moving. Timeless Jewels by Deborah, my favorite ghost hunter. Hello. Mwah. Hello. Hello, Miss Illinois. Miss Illinois 2024. Hello. We watched The Waterboy last night to celebrate the Super Bowl. I love The Waterboy so much. Devil. That's funny. That is great. I love it. So yeah, good, satisfying week of sales, and I was very, very happy with what I saw. Very happy with what I saw. So here, let's talk about football. If you don't watch football, and here's a fun fact. I was a cheerleader my freshman year of high school. And hi, Maggie Doodle. And I was a cheerleader my freshman year of high school. And what had happened was I would just, whenever the head cheerleader started a cheer, we would cheer, right? Or she would say this. So I didn't really pay attention to the game because my dad hadn't watched football until his later years. So picture me like, a few years later, I have my own apartment. I'm a young, I'm a young Glamma, and Grandpa is. This was within the first 2 months of our dating, I guess. So Grandpa was over on a Sunday afternoon. I made him dinner, and he turns on the TV and starts watching football. And I said, "Why are you watching these grown men in tights run around after each other? It's boring." He's like, you just think it's boring. He said, okay. He said, I'm going to give you like a picture of all these helmets. and you pick one. And I said, okay. He said, just pick the prettiest one. So I picked one. To this day, I can't remember what it was that I picked that I thought was so pretty. But I picked what I thought was the prettiest helmet. And he's like, okay. He's like, so those guys are playing these guys this week. And he pulls on another little helmet. And he puts the helmet facing each other. And he's like, okay, now put $5 on the table. I'm like, what? He's like, put $5 on the table. Put your money where your taste is. And I said, okay. And then he put $5 on the table. He's like, now whoever's team wins, you win that $5. And I said, oh, that's interesting, because it gets a lot more interesting when you put money on it. If you bet on it, you've got a vested interest. Now you've got money on it. Now you're kind of in the game. And that is how my husband began to teach me about football. And it didn't take too long. I'm not that stupid. And frankly, you don't have to be that smart to understand football. It's a fairly simple thing. And I think that it honestly is easy to learn if you have somebody go, okay, this is what this is, because you have to learn to walk before you can run. And once you know the basics, you kind of get it, right? Like everything else is just kind of flowery words that dudes use to impress each other. And usually it's just a pissing contest or whatever about who knows more. But in general, if you get it, you get it. So we're going to do in general. Maggie Doodle, one of my favorite fashionistas in the world. Actually, my favorite fashionista. Hello, good morning, gorgeous. Foosball. Foosball is more interactive, Deb. That's why, if I don't have money on a game, you can tell, because I'm like, man, whatever. If my beloved Packers aren't in it, or if I don't have money on the game, it's no big deal. So let's start with this. Let's start with this little diagram that Glamma made for you. Look at my artistic. I mean, really, it's like I'm Picasso. It is like I'm Picasso. But this is a football field, and it's divided into, it's 100 yards long, from end zone to end zone. So this is the end zone. That's where you see the big yellow fork. And then right before it, from 10 yards to the end zone, is what's called the red zone. Now that's not its actual technical name, but that's what everybody calls it. In the red zone between 10 yards and that means that, that's where you really have to make a touchdown. So it's divided into 10 yard hashtags, right? Into 10-yard lines. And that is where we start. That's where our story begins. So every time that you get the football, what you're trying to do is move it 10 more yards. So you're trying to move it 10 more yards before and not let the other team stop you. So that makes you the offense because you're moving forward. And that makes the other team the defense because they're trying to defend their territory and make sure that you don't cross it, right? Now, they take turns being offense and defense depending on who's got the ball. So you'll know that by whose quarterback is on the field. And the quarterback is the guy who throws the ball or hands off the ball. But he's kind of the dude in charge of the ball. Okay, so they have 4 attempts. You have 4 chances to cross over a 10-yard thing. Now, let's say that you're at the 50-yard line, which is right in the middle of the field because they go 50 and then 2 40s, 2 30s. You get the idea. So if you're at the 50-yard line and you're trying to get it to the 40-yard line, you can either as the quarterback, you can hand it to a running back, which is a guy who runs the ball, and you just hand it off to some dude and he runs through a bunch of big tackle dudes or runs around him if he's super fast. Or you can throw the ball to someone who's on the other side of that 10 yards, and then they take it and catch it. And if they're lucky, they're able to actually run with it too. So what you're trying to do is get a minimum of 10 yards in order to advance that ball. So dudes, right? Defense, offense, or offense or defense, or whoever's got the ball. This is the offense. This is the defense. Offense is trying to cross this 10-yard mark. Defense is trying to beat the crap out of them and make sure that they don't. So yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit about football time versus real time. There is football time and then there's real time. So each quarter is 15 minutes. Now, if that were true, all football would be played in an hour. But that is sort of. And here's why. Each quarter of a game has 4 quarters because 4 quarters make a whole. So a game has 4 quarters. It has 2 quarters and then a halftime and then 2 more quarters. In each quarter, there are 15 minutes for them to play. Now, 15 minutes are on the clock, and that's a big difference. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. So you have 15 minutes on the clock, and that's a big difference than 15 minutes on a regular clock because their clock stops. So if let's say that I have 10 minutes left on a football clock. In real time, that's like 45 minutes. That's a long, long time. You have, they stop the clock for between every play. So remember, we're taking 4 attempts at every 10 yards, at every 10-yard goal. They stop the clock after every single play. And sometimes they'll stop the clock, and they'll stop the clock long enough to have a commercial. Which is, yeah. In live football, if you're watching a live football game, they will stop the clock. If you have a timeout, it really does. It can take up to 5 minutes for a timeout if on TV, if they're reviewing a play and they're trying to figure out what the play on the field is, and they have to go back and check tape. It's ridiculous. So that's why, hi Nights Life, hi Rich. So that's why when they say there's 2 minutes left on the clock, there's not 2 minutes left on the clock. There are, for them, there are 2 minutes left on that countdown clock, but they're going to stop it and start it again and again. So if somebody tells you, if you're getting ready, if you're like, okay, let's go, you told me we were going to leave at 5, and they were like, oh, there's only 2 minutes left in the game. Expect to be waiting for about another 15 minutes or so. So if you can, as an offense, successfully make it across that field without these guys just absolutely bludgeoning you to death, and you get into this red zone, and you can actually run it across that line into the end zone, that means you have a touchdown. Now, sometimes they will get to maybe this mark or this mark. Sometimes they'll get to like the 30-yard line, the 40-yard line. They've already made 3 attempts to move it 10 yards, and they cannot move it. The opposing team is just too strong, too good, and they're feeling themselves right now, and they're like, we are not going to let you march past us. On their 4th attempt, and it's usually almost always on the 4th attempt, it would be rare for it not to be, and there would be no reason for it. But anyway, so on the 4th attempt, if they can't move it, if they don't feel like they can move it that 10 yards, they kick what's called a field goal. Now, when you get a touchdown, when you move the ball into the end zone against the opposing team, it's called a touchdown, and that's 6 points. And then they kick the ball afterwards between these two poles, basically in the middle of that giant yellow fork. And if it gets over this thing and between these 2 things, they're called the uprights. If it gets in the middle of that, if it gets between that and the fork, then you get the extra point. That's 1 point. So 7 points on a touchdown if you get the kick after. 6 points for the end zone, for getting it into the end zone against the opposing team, and then 1 for kicking it basically in this square in the giant yellow fork. So in the giant yellow fork, If you are kicking instead of trying to run it or throw it into the end zone, if you have your kicker come out, basically somebody who was really good at soccer or European football, we love those guys. And so we have a kicker come out, and they set the ball up right like this. And somebody holds the ball, and the kicker comes up and kicks it. And if the kicker can kick that ball and make it go between the fork, like that extra point does, and make it go in the middle of the fork, then that is called a good kick. It's good. It's good. You'll hear that, and that is worth 3 points. So if you see like a 7-10, you know that one team got a touchdown and their kick afterwards was good, and the other one got a touchdown, their kick afterwards was good. Plus, they also kicked what is now called a field goal. A field goal. So a field goal is when you just kick that football right in the middle of the giant yellow fork. So hopefully some of this helps. Let's see. Oh, the offense has, just remember that if you don't know who's the defense or the offense at the time, it's kind of hard to tell. Whoever is going, and the thing is that you never know who's at the end of the field. So the offense always has the quarterback, and the defense always has the bigger dudes. Defense dudes are ginormous. They are giants. They're human. It's ridiculous. So hopefully this helps a little bit. That is Football 101. And are we doing hockey next week? I don't know enough about hockey. I do know what a hat trick is and some of the other stuff, but yeah. Quarterbacks are usually the pretty ones. They're also the ones, if you see somebody on TV and they're like complaining or acting like a diva, that's usually the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in Tom Brady's case, if they're winning but they're crying, yeah, they're the pretty ones. They're also they can be divas. So does anybody have any questions? Patrick, you did come to the right channel. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so I have to do that in as much style as I possibly can. Not the easiest thing to do. Football was not created for style. I mean, it was. It's not like it was created for substance, but still. Not Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes is, well, I guess it depends. My mother thinks Patrick Mahomes is gorgeous, and she's got at least 70 eyesight. So, yeah. I have a question. Why is football... Why is football? Because there is a need for sport among men so that they can have something to brag about. They can't have children, honey. They can't give birth. And they know that that's kind of, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you took out the trash. Well, I just gave something life. So, go ahead. Yeah, with your trash. So yeah, it gives men something to, brag about. And bet money on, and they love both of those things. When can you get a free kick in football? Free kick in football? You can't. Let's go Team Swifty. Yeah, Phil. Best answer ever. Well, I try to be honest, like I said, I try not to BS. It's very, you can. Okay, well, Landshark, why don't you share that with us? I didn't know you could get a free kick in football. That's interesting. Because it's not like, basketball where if you have a personal foul, or maybe it is. Basketball, if you have a personal foul, you get a free throw, right? And I wonder if it's a personal foul that is so... I mean, do you have to put somebody in a coma to get a free kick? I don't know. Now, kickoff is when you have okay, so all the teams are on either side, on their own sides, and kickoff is when they're starting a new. The ball has turned over. We'll talk about that in another episode. But basically, the ball now it's another team's turn to have the ball, and so the original team who just lost their turn is kicking across the field to the other team, hoping that they grab the ball and fumble the ball, and that. The other team is hoping that they grab the ball and run with the ball. So that's kickoff. Fair catch. After a fair catch, okay, I know what fair catch is. I know fair catch. An NFL team has the right to take a free kick from the line of scrimmage on the next play. Line of scrimmage on the next play. I did not know that. I've never seen that, and I've seen a lot of football. That's cool. After your first 4 kicks, your fifth one is free. I think you have to have like a little card, a little punch card. And when I say punch card, I don't mean like this. I mean like they will literally, it's the NFL, they will punch you. I'll be darned. That's a great addition. Now, most of the people here, Landshark, don't actually watch all that much football. So we haven't gotten to fair catch yet. We haven't even gotten to a real kickoff. Oh, hold on. This is funny. Hey, hon, I am on live and I'm explaining football 101 to my audience, and you are on live with America.
Yay, I'm going to get Mexican food.
Yay! Can you bring me some?
I was going to say you wanted to meet me, but never mind.
Yeah, I'm kind of live.
All right, well, I'll let you go.
Okay, I love you.
And, let's go back and we'll discuss what a nickel defense is.
Oh, God, we're not going to even get into nickel defenses.
All right, love you, bye.
Okay, I love you, bye. Sorry. I am Mrs. Nichols, first and foremost. Nickel defense, by the way, is when you have 5 defenders lined up on a ball. That's it. It's they're defending. Yeah, I'm kind of live. Yeah, football is very different there, Glams. You have what we call soccer, what the rest of the entire world calls football. I don't know why. We just couldn't have called it football and picked something else for the long ball that we have, but that's where we're American contrarians. We really are. Kinda live is better than kinda alive. That's true. Deb had 3 brothers and 2 boys. Football and really boring golf was mandatory. Yes, exactly. You know. I like soccer better. The players are cuter. You shut your mouth. You shut your porky mouth right there, lady. Although your players were cuter. Yeah. But all 3 of my sons played football. So, they were a center, which is the big guy who protects the quarterback, and he hikes the ball to the quarterback, and then he has to protect him from the big guy in the middle. My mouth is porky. Mine is too. And then you have offensive linemen, which are guys who are lined up, and they're kind of big guys. And then you have defensive linemen, who are guys who are lined up, who are really big guys. And what they're doing is they're trying to push past each other. And once you can push past, if you can push past the other guy, you have a chance to run after whoever has got the ball and try and strip the ball from them. Yeah, I don't know why we called it football, Landshark. You're right. Hashtag not Glenn. Yeah, Landshark. We honestly, Craig, I don't know why we called it football. Just because we're, like I said, we're messed up. Football players have tighter pants. They do, don't they? Hey. Lindsay and Alvin said that soccer players are cute, but they're total divas. I love soccer. At least they're moving. Yeah. Yeah, I'm more of a, more of a football fan than a soccer fan. I like watching sports to the extent that there's always like really cool fatty foods that you shouldn't be having. Um, and uh, and sometimes there's drama. And sometimes there is, mostly it's just during football season. If I'm sitting here and you hear cursing from the other room, if I'm on a live and you hear cursing from the other room, literally I've gotten to the point after 26 years of marriage and 4 years of going out, I've literally gotten to the point where I can literally like just tune that out. I don't even almost hear it. And yes, temper tantrums. Oh, the angel is here. Hello, Scarlett. Mwah, welcome. We were just talking football, talking about the foosball and tight pants. Wearing them tight pants. That's not right. It's great to see you. Hello. Hello, Scarlett. Scarlett. Just remember this, a 30-second spot is $7 million. That's $233 and 333. 233, okay, 233,333. I can't even say that. I'm like tongue twisted. $1,000 per second. You know, a house payment, or like a house where I live. Yeah, that's crazy. Super Bowl Sunday is a shipping day. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could ship today. Hey. Do you know what I like? Nachos. I am feeling that. And pretzels with cheese, like a nice dipping cheese sauce on the side that looks like this, like a really nacho-y sort of cheese. Messi coming to the States will increase the popularity of soccer here. I don't know. We got David Beckham, and so far, I'm shipping for tomorrow pickup. Yeah, I went on USPS and asked them for a pickup for tomorrow. That's why I feel Maine football industry, just like wrestling, it's all predetermined before they hit the yard. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that theory. I have my doubts. Our post office is open Sundays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wow. We have one at my local mall that's open, but I'm certainly not shipping out anything today when I could be eating chicken wings. Yeah, they're gonna have to wait till Monday. Sorry. Tonight I will scrub all the wing sauce off myself, and sop up the pizza stains and all of that, and then yeah. So is it a shipping day or a chipping day? These are important details. For me, chipping day, I'm with Anne. It is Wings Day. And Deb is probably doing both. Deborah's very talented. She's probably doing both the shipping and the chipping. Okay, I'll see you for the premieres. Mwah. I can't wait. We have oh my God, I can't believe I neglected to make this announcement. Anyway, where was it? Oh yes. Okay, so we have ordered, we have a collaboration, and I'm part of it. I'm part of the collaboration. I am, and it's fun. I ordered from ThredUp. It's the ThredUp Rescue Box, the name brand handbag box. So you get 4 name brand handbags and 1 accessory, whether it's a belt or a wristlet or a wallet or something like that. 4 name brand handbags, 1 accessory. These are supposed to be, designer, not like luxury handbags, but like, local design, that designers. So we've got that, and that was $100. And then I think I got free shipping on mine. I don't know. I used to get free shipping on a lot of them. I don't know if I still have that or not. So it was either 100 or 109, and I'll see it on the receipt. But I can't wait because we got these boxes like last week or the week before, and we've all been sitting on them waiting for this collaboration premieres. Tomorrow night I have a live. A lot of them have premieres. I actually do lives instead of premieres, which is kind of like a premiere, but I didn't pre-record anything, so you get to see me being awkward and sneezing and all sorts of stuff. So tomorrow night at 5:30 Central Standard Time, which is 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain, 3:30 Pacific. That's what I did. I said, all right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Glammaz back with a brand new invention. Raquel, good morning, beautiful. Hello. Mwah. Good morning. It is so great to see your pretty face. Hello. And Scarlett, I am doing great. How are you? I hope everything is going well for you in the UK. There are some of your fellow countrymen in the chat. This is Lindsay and Alvin, and there are some others. Let's see, where did Big Girls Don't Cry? Phil, I think Phil is actually from the UK. Am I right, Phil? Let's see. Yeah, Big Girls Do Cry was on earlier, and I think that's Lane, I think. And she is also from the UK. I'm good. Just made permanent at work. Yay! Good for you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations. Now, for those of us not doing the football thing, Patrick Murphy is going to be on the Two Old Guys tonight at 4 p.m. Eastern, so 3 o'clock Central, which means that you have time before you go watch the football. You actually do have time to watch Patrick Murphy and buy some cool stuff from him as well. And that's going to be on the Two Old Guys Vintage today. We love the Two Old Guys. We love our Patrick Murphy, so this is a match made in heaven. It is not offensive at all. And it does not need defending, honey. Woo! Look at me with the football. I don't know. And Aunt Boo will talk about you and your wrestling obsession later. All the monologues in wrestling. It's like opera. Yeah. It's like really, really bad steroid infused opera. Yay, go wrestlers. Go wrestlers, go. Actually, I did like The Rock, so, I mean, to be fair, he's completely hot. It is my pleasure, Patrick Murphy. So don't forget that there are Timeless Jewels by Deb is in this. The Happy Hour Haulers are part of this. There are so many great resellers, really fantastic resellers. The Bag Lady, who knows everything, she will be also in this. And oh yes. And Aunt Boo has a movie review on the night of Valentine's Day. Actually, Grandpa and I will probably be watching that together. I'll be watching it, and we'll probably be watching it together. We don't really go out. It's like going out on New Year's Eve. It's just we don't go out for amateur night. It's not our big deal. And don't get me wrong. I think young people going out and having fun, do that. Live your life. You do you. No judgment. I'm just saying, for us, we're old heads, and it's not worth the trouble and the crowds. Yes, when my boys were little, I watched wrestling with them just to see The Rock. I know, right? Because he's like totally hot. There's no link yet. I haven't finalized the edit, but it'll be up by tomorrow. And Aunt Boo, if you want, on my live tomorrow night at 5:30, it'll be a handbag opening, so I won't be able to comment on the link. But excuse me, but if you want to drop your link, you can drop it a few times in the chat tomorrow night. And definitely, I will put out a community tab and let everybody know. Cannot wait for the next movie review. Love booze reviews with booze. They are the best. They are. I always told my sister, I'm like, you need to get back to writing because she's really, really a brilliant wordsmith. She's very clever, very, very funny. It's just a shame that she's not writing books right now, but she is doing something creatively, and that in and of itself is absolutely fantastic. So I'm really proud. I've always been very, very proud of her talent, as if I had given birth to her, which if I'd had about 3 more years between us, I probably technically I could have. I'm so much older than my sister. So yeah, she's like I said, I'm very proud of my sister. She's always been very, very brilliant and very, very funny. My siblings are so cute and funny. I love it. So I hope that we learned a little bit of something about football today. And that's really all I've got, guys. I tried not to over prepare for today. I tell you a little story. Once upon a time, um, once upon a time when I was somewhat newer, and more impressionable than I am now, I let somebody tell me that there needed to be a specific structure to my Sunday brunch lives. And I have followed that structure in general, and it has served me well for filling in the time. But also, I lost a little bit of something along the way. I lost that spontaneity, and I lost a little bit of the the fun of it, I guess. So never expect that I'll have a live that does not include a Sunday live that doesn't include my sales for the week, unless my sales are just like I sold one thing or it's abysmal or I had my closet off or something. I do believe in sharing sales because I think that's an important, very important thing. So that people who are new to reselling and people who are new to this community can sort of think about that and manage their own expectations, and not, maybe not quit their day job thinking that they're going to make 6 figures a month. At least it's sort of a very realistic view, hopefully, of reselling. I don't know. Then again, those people may not be watching my channel. Who can tell? Who can tell? But I did with the structure that I had, besides the what sold, I decided to color outside of the lines a little bit. And we're going to see how that goes, because I got to tell you, I have had a lot more fun this morning. And it's not that I don't have fun on my Sundays, but I've had a little more fun this morning than I normally do. Now, it could be just that, there's so much football stuff to talk about and all of that. But I think it was kind of fun. So we'll see. We'll check out next week and see what happens with no structure and no Super Bowl. Huh? Mm-hmm. Could be something cool. Two, I just have a Sweets for the Sweetest to my Green Bay Packers. I want to thank you in Hollywood Casino for $240 from my last $20. Packer Nation. This is how we roll. Yes, you do see that over my head. I'm not even in Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm not either one of those. But yeah. Oh, someone wise once said, "You do you, boo, so do that." That's right. They have I know, because they have the merch to back that up. You could be peddling potatoes. You never know. I could be peddling potatoes. Oh, thank you. Still coming, that you would still come to watch me. I'd probably be a little bit boring, but You never know. You never know. We could make potatoes interesting. We could carve them. Well, okay, I'm just going to stop right there. So, no matter what you carve your potato into, sorry. And no matter where you go and what team you root for today, or if you stay home and just eat all the nachos, which sounds like a very good idea, I just wanted you to know and wanted to let all of you know, never forget, don't you ever forget, Glamma loves you. Y'all have a great Super Bowl Sunday and a wonderful Valentine's Day and a fantastic week.